Welcome to this look at a new-ish mod map on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. This is La Ferme de la Vallée, or the Valley Farm. This is the new-ish mod map out by franchou. It is 285.87 megabytes download. This came out 2 days ago, but yesterday, trying to catch up on map tours, then they dropped a load more mods. I did all the prep. I was getting ready to record it. I just ran out of time. So here we are on the map. The map looks like this. A fairly small map. On New Farmer, we start with the verges, the periphery around the outside. If I click on that, that's 13,781. That takes in all around the outside of the map. This plot here and this square plot around here, which is sort of the main town area. But on New Farmer, we also then start with field 9, the main farm here, 57, 25, 28, and this little plot here, which is where we actually start. We've got some chickens and we've got a farmhouse just here in the town. So most of the production chains and stuff are in the middle of the town. Then all the farm land is all around the outside, with a few sell points and things to go out to, a few little plots to buy as we go around, which I'll show you as we go. This additional crop of alfalfa, which is the grass, so you can plant it, you can grow it, you can mow it, you can ted it. Yeah, so alfalfa's been added in. There are 10 collectibles. The slot count on all 3 game modes is 1,372, so you start with everything. There are a few things under build mode I need to show you. There are 5 required mods on this. We've got the large outdoor chicken coop by the Lort. We've got the Bavarian farm buildings by Lucas G. The cow farm pack by Camelos 0397. The large pig pen by MISSYB. And the greenhouse by the Lort. They are required. On top of that, there's some stuff put in by the map maker, which is interesting because it looks to me like the mods that are required have been copied in here. You'll see what I mean when we go and have a look. Anything else we need to know off the start? I don't think so. We will go into build mode. So, under build mode and under sheds, I'm not going to read through all the required mods, but we got the required mods, and if we carry on going, we have got the Valley Farm mods thrown in. If we go to silos, we've got the Valley Farm mods, and this is what I'm talking about. So these two here are Bavarian farm buildings mods by Lucas G, and then next to that we've got the Valley Farm mod, which are copies of these. Yeah, I don't know whether or not these ones from the main modder are standard, and then these ones, that one definitely is multi-fruit, so potentially that's where the tweak's been done. Anyway, that's under silos. Then we have got under farmhouses, we've got farmhouse. Under production, the only thing we got is at the end we got a biogas plant just there, which I did check. It's a standard. It's standard in, standard out, and nothing untoward. It's standard. Then we've got under sell points, the debris crusher. Like I say, they all just seem to be duplicates. Then we've got under greenhouses, these ones, well, that's by the Lort, and then that one. Very odd. Under animals, we've got a few. I'm not going to keep saying it, but they are there. Pigs, sheep, chickens. And then under decoration and others, we've got some wall sections. So that stuff been put in, required mods and by the map maker. So we start here at our farmhouse. Sleep trigger is just here. We do have a dog, Calypso, which you saw probably when I started, was stood on the roof here, which has now run off. Chickens, 500. We're going to walk the first bit. Then when we get to the vehicle shop, I'm going to get myself a pickup so we can get around the map. In the main town here, that's all owned part of the verges, I was able to remove the buildings. I was able to remove the fencing, the hedges and a lot of the fencing that goes around a lot of the other buildings because the land is owned. Now the other farm I couldn't remove any of the decoration or any of the fencing, which was weird, but we'll talk about that later on. I've got a screenshot to show you on that. We'll hop the fence and we'll head north. To our left we have the spinnery, just there. Now these are all standard in-game productions. As we come across the top of the town, to our right we've got the sugar mill, and then we come into the vehicle shop, which is just here. Vehicle shop menu, icon, workshop trigger, and this is also the reset point on the map. What I'm also going to do, I'm going to put some money, I'm going to borrow some from the bank because we're going to need some to buy some plots, and I'm going to get myself a pickup. It's funny, I was asked the other day, when I do my map tours, how do I choose the colour for my pickup if I buy a pickup to do the map tour? It's completely random. It's whatever takes my fancy at the time. It's not like I have a list and I work through a set of colours or anything. It's just whatever I feel like. So, from the vehicle shop, I'll do what I usually do in a little while. I'll show you where we are on the map, where we've been. Lighting's very nice. Colour palette works very well. It's fairly flat for the most part until we get out into the countryside, and then we've got a little bit of a sweep to it. Great processing unit just to our right there. And if I pull in just here, we've got this little area here. So we go back to our map. So we came from our little farmhouse here, up there, across the top past the vehicle workshop, down past the great processing, we're now here. So this here, plot 56, if we buy that plot of land, now we can buy the plot of land or not buy the plot of land. We don't have to buy the plot of land, because even if we buy the plot of land, we still have to buy the greenhouses. Now interestingly, when I came on and did my sort of check around, this was, we already had a thing of strawberries sat here. There isn't any of the other ones. And is it me or are these the wrong way round? Because the doors at this end, right by the fence, or is it just so they're facing it? I don't know. Anyway, but you still have to buy them. So they're available to buy, and there are 5 of them. So we've got 5 greenhouses. There's no water point here, but you could put one in. There's plenty of modded water points. It does say on the map that you can get water from the pond. So that's a little sort of market garden greenhouse area. From here we're going to go up this, oh, typical. Oh, just missed him. There's people everywhere. That's one thing I will say. It sometimes, you know, some maps you go on and there are people, and sometimes you go on maps and there are lots of people. This is one of those ones where you have to ask, are there too many? I'm not saying there are too many, I'm saying you have to ask, are there too many? Potentially. Right, so bakery is just here. Again, standard production. Once the traffic stops, because there's a person on the road, which is going to cause me untold amounts of problems. Right. Don't try this at home, kids. If we head out from the bakery, please don't anyone cross the road. We've got the tailor shop just there. And then next door to that, we have the restaurant, which is just there, and the sale point's just behind it. So, out from the town then, we're free for the time being. We need to take a turning on the left in a moment. And if I miss the turning I was going to take. That was one thing I said to myself. I have. As I was going around doing this, 2 or 3 times I took a wrong turning. I thought, when I do the map tour, make sure I take the correct turnings. I'm normally pretty good with my my sense of direction. Once I've been around the maps once, I'm normally pretty good, but missed it completely. Right. So coming around here, we come to the main farm. The plot that you do start with on New Farmer, but on Farm Manager start from scratch you don't own. Whilst the slot counts are exactly the same, obviously you don't own any of the land, so you'd have to buy the farms. So this farm here, I will pull in and stop there. This side of the road, we've got our cows. Slurry point is just here. 120 cows, and they will appear out in the little pasture here. We do have the bit overhead for storage. And if you want to put bales and stuff down through the hole, you can. Or holes, should I say. Come round the other side. Now, this farm has got tons and tons of storage buildings. I'm going to end up opening all of them because I can't remember all the vehicles and machinery are. It's sort of scattered around all over the place. We do have a silage clamp. We do have some front-loaded gear over there. We do have a manure heap just here. This is for the sheep. Sheep pen right next door. Holds 80? I think it was 80. Oh, there we go. Our harvester's in here with header and header trailer. In here, grasswork equipment. Tedder, windrower, baler. I'm sure it was 80. Yep, 80 sheep. In here. If we come across the road, I think that's where we're going next. Trailer just there, primer trailer just there in this building. More gear and equipment. I have 2 start tractors, seeder. Silo is 350,000 litre multi-fruit. Just there. Rock picker, mulcher. Like I say, we do start with a fair bit of gear. Cultivator and plough. So you have to do a bit of searching to find all your equipment, but it is all here. And then I'm going to get to a point where I start opening barns and buildings, there's nothing in them. There we go. That one doesn't open. Now, once you own the farm areas, did I say I got the slot count down from 1,372 down to 904? There are some other farms. There's one other farm. And if you sell the buildings, which you can do, once you own the land you can sell the buildings on here. The only downside is, like I said, I couldn't sell the fences here, and I couldn't sell any of the decoration. So whilst I could sell all the buildings, things like the wood rack and the pipe holders and these, you know, cans and drums and things like that around the map, I couldn't get rid of them. If you do sell all the buildings, this plot, this is just an example, will look like this. Which is fine if you then, when you want to place new buildings, you just have to work around the decorative objects. But that, again, is your choice. You could sell some of the buildings, all the buildings, none of the buildings. Whatever you want to do. Nope, nothing in there. It'd be the one building I don't look in that's got gear and equipment in it. Nope. One of these has got a workshop trigger in as well. I'm seeing, I think, most of the equipment. Some of the buildings, as you can see, are very alike. This is the workshop, I'm sure it is. There we go, workshop trigger just here. So this is a drive-through if you want to do it. It's only a small workshop with workshop trigger, but again there are so many workshop triggers and toolboxes and various different things that you can purchase. So we are currently sitting here at the main farm. Like I say, all those buildings can be removed if you wish. So, which route did I go? Oh yeah, I remember now. So from here, the one building you can't sell is this one, the arch I'll be going through. Also one building, one of the buildings you can't sell. You can't sell this one with the arch, this stays. So we're heading out to the perimeter track, or towards the perimeter track. So you've got the main town, little road round it, and on the outside we head out. There's a kind of road that runs right the way out, does a circuit all the way around. So we're now going to hit that and do the route round and take in the sell points and things and productions around the outside. So left hand side, we've got dairy, grain mill just there, and then just here we've got cooperative east. Two productions and a sell point. I mean, to be fair, until you buy the production chains, they all act as sell points. So if you take on contracts, so I say contracts are available. Contracts are available on this map. I normally start off with that. But yes, contracts are available. I haven't found any collectibles. Like I said, there are 10 collectibles. I haven't seen one yet. I'm assuming maybe cartridges, could be cheese wedges. What I am going to do is turn down here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Because just tucked down here there's a little field which seems relatively inconspicuous. And there's another one we're going to get to in a minute, which the other one we actually drive straight past, this one we don't. So this plot here, which is this little plot here, 54, if we buy that and that, we have a sheep pasture for 150 sheep out here. As you can see, we have the point here for wool pallets, so the wool pallets will still spawn. Just hoping I could turn around there and not catch the crops. There we go. There we go. So back out to the main road. Actually, I can go across this field. It's been cultivated. We'll hit the road. Avoiding traffic if we can. So we are going clockwise. Next up on the left is the oil mill. Just there. I've just realised what else I've done. How remiss of me. If we go back to the main map. Field prices. I didn't talk about field prices. We've got some small fields, some small plots, 55 there for 30 grand, 39 grand, 52 grand. The smaller mid-sized fields are on the inside. Then we kind of work out, we've got some small fields out here as well. Then we kind of work our way up, 181, 137 to some larger fields, 357. I think that's one of the biggest fields actually, field 7, 371, 301. Yeah, I mean, they're not break the bank stuff. You can gradually work you out. We have got a bit of forestry, not a huge amount. So on these plots we've got some on the outside, but not what I would call, I say dedicated forestry. This bit around the outside, which is, you know, what I always refer to as the verges or the periphery. I always used to say periphery. Someone suggested verges. So out here, when we get towards where the sawmill is, obviously there are trees out here. So once you own the outside of it, which isn't too expensive, we do have access to more. But as far as kind of forestry plots go, I guess, yeah, I mean, all around the outside is technically. I mean, you can go as far out until you hit the boundary, really. If we look where we are now, and I head out through here, I can cut any of these. Oh yeah, we got some floaters. We got some floaters, and we're at the boundary here already. So, yeah, I suppose any of these on the outside, they are cuttable. So, go for it. Login thing. Cut away to your heart's content. I guess the only problem with that being, because the edge of the map is right there, if you do cut a lot of the outside where the trees are, at the moment the sort of edge of the map is hidden, I guess, to a degree. So, continuing, we get to the next pasture, which is just here. And this one, like I say, this one you actually drive straight past, so it's not too bad. It goes past your eyes. Nope. So, we are here. I'm sorry. We're here at this one here, plot 40. We buy that and do that. This is a cow pasture. Now this one's a curious one. The sheep one, you can see the little hazard marked area where the wool pallets will spawn. So this being a cow pasture, if I buy a cow, let's put one in. So we got our dialogue box here, we've got a water trough there, feed point over there. If we go in to here, it does show. Did I not just buy them? What happened there? One's been purchased. Did I not purchase ones before? Maybe I didn't hit it properly. Let's try that again. There we go. So we've got 2 in there now. So if you look to the right hand side, it says productivity and it says water and milk. So feed in, watering, it does say milk, definitely there. We're at the cow pasture. But I can't find a point around this cow pasture where you collect the milk from. I can't see an obvious milk trigger. Unless it's, I mean, that's feed trough, water trough. Unless it's here by the gate, but there's nothing obvious showing. I'm just pointing it out. I mean, yeah, I can't see where. It definitely says there that you can get milk. Often with pastures you can't. Not all of them, but generally when you take the cows out to their pasture, it's to sort of fatten them up. They'll come in for milking, or you bring them in at some point for milking. But it's saying milk. Like I say, could just be me. It could be something that's not showing, or it might be it just needs the trigger putting in. I don't know. But as you can see to our left, we have got vineyards. There are some olive orchards and stuff around the map as we go. We are continuing around the outer circuit. We get to this junction here. We're just going to chuck a left and an immediate left up this little track just here. So up at the back here, at the little track here, we are at the sawmill. What was that? Just drove through something. That looks like a top of a fence post. How weird. I think the map might get an update, potentially. Sawmill. Now, even with the platinum expansion on, this is the standard sawmill. Lumber in, planks out with wood chip as a byproduct. So that's your sawmill. We come back down the hill. We have got, okay, keep accelerating MrSealyp, that would help. In here, we've got the West Cooperative sell point, which is just there. We've got a bulk tank buy point. So this has been put in for you to buy bulk products. I'm sure it listed them. Bulk point of sale has been added. You can buy fodder, lime, fertiliser, seed, mineral supplement, total mix ration and manure. So bulk buy point is just there, and then we've got a debris crusher just over to the side. So that's our Cooperative West from here. Continuing north, and then we're going to head across the top. It's a nice opportunity to take in the countryside while we're doing this route round. There we go, olives to the right. We'll take our next left. Again, I've got to make sure. There are some turnings I have to make sure I get. Anyway, we come to the animal dealer, top of the map. So we've got the animal dealer, and we've got the animal dealer sell point. Animal dealer is just there. Sell point is just here for bale related products. back along here. Done it again. Told you. Enjoying the scenery. Just watching the world go by. I need to stand here. There we go. Out along this road. I could have cut across the fields. It wouldn't have hurt too much, but it's not the done thing. So we're coming up on the second farm. Just here, if I recall, is this plot 58? I'm sure it's plot 58. If we pull in here, leave the engine running for a quick getaway. So, where are we? And where have we been? So from the cow pasture up there to the sawmill, cooperative east, west, with the bulk buy point and debris crusher. We came up across the top to the animal dealer, came up there, missed our turning, and then came up round here. We are now here at plot 58. 135,720, do that and that. So we're having here the silo. I'm sure this is 400,000 litre, I think. I'm sure it's 400,000 litres, I think. Let's go into the build menu, under silos. Oh, 200. 350,000 and 200. Half that. 200,000 litre silo, just tucked in there. Round to the side, we've got sheep, 60. Little pen to the side. We've got manure heap just there. We've got pigs, 350, just here, with the slurry point, feed triggers, etc. Including water. This is the MISSYB one, so I require water as well, with a little bit of shed space. Now this is the same, buildings can be removed once you own the land, but it does leave some decorative objects. As far as walls go, it's the bizarrest thing. I managed to get this wall section to remove. I couldn't remove that. But I suppose this isn't a wall section, this is a gate section. So the gate section removed, but the wall sections I couldn't remove. Anyway. Yes, so this is the secondary farm on plot 58 from here. We tonk along the road a little bit further. Follow it round. Can't help myself, I'm impatient. When I'm doing map tours, generally. Turn here. Now we do have a roadway that goes over. There's a couple actually. We've got roadways that go over, but we can actually cut through the field. There's a little track just here. It takes you onto the field, round to the side there. Just go up there, and then off the field here. We're onto the upper road. There's a little bridge there. It's quite narrow, so if you're bringing big equipment through here, you might struggle with that. But we can go round. I mean, you can. Yeah, avoid it if you want to, and we get to the biogas plant, which is tucked away in here. And this is when I said you can buy the land separately if you want to. So from this farm we followed that all the way along there, around there. And like I say, this little lane here runs along, goes over the bridge and brings you at the top. I just went underneath and just cut round and back onto there. So the land itself, 218,800. If you want to buy the land and put placeables on it and other stuff, you can. But that doesn't buy the biogas plant. The biogas plant is over $1 million. you know, 1,093,800. If you buy the biogas plant, you get the land automatically. So it's one of those ones. And like I said, it's a standard biogas plant. 4 regular products in, digestate out as a byproduct. That's the biogas plant. We'll go back across the bridge. Whoa. I know it doesn't make any difference, and it's weird. I still do. I won't drive, if I can avoid it. Chickens is a bit of a nightmare normally, but I won't drive through animals anywhere on the map. If I'm going through a sheep field or a cow field, I mean, sometimes it accidentally happens if they walk through while you're driving or whatever, but I know it makes no difference. You can, it really makes no difference, but yeah, it's funny how your mind works. Whereas I'll pull out in front of traffic without even thinking about it. Odd, isn't it? And that's the map. Come back down to the town. There's the vehicle store. So we can return the pickup. Stop there. So from the biogas plant, we just followed that track around, back to there, down there, and we're back in. I did have a look to see if there was any other plots. The reason these two stood out is because they had no crop in them and they didn't have grass in them either. They were just sort of open plots. So I have had a look around to see if there's any others around the map that look like they might have other animal pens in, but I can't see any, and that one obviously had buildings on it as well. As far as I can tell, that's all the plots that need to be purchased, and that's the map. La Ferme de la Vallée, the Valley Farm, by Franchou. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.